As a content marketer, how do you create a brief for a content marketing piece you would love a creator to work on? A brief that contains all information about the content from the title to overview, a bit about the outline and a call to actions. I do this on Boki because it is opinionated and it comes with these fields already present, and I can follow best practices to create a brief. To create a developer marketing content brief, it's as simple as going into Boki. I click on content briefs. In here, I can create a new brief. This brief would be for a title, say an enterprise RAG setup. If you're unfamiliar with RAG, it means retrieval augmented generation, which is a pattern of extending the context of AI systems. Well, you can go look that up. The reason I like Boki for creating content briefs is it's highly opinionated. Opinionated in the way that it contains the various entities and items we think you should care about when creating a content brief. Ordinarily, you would do this in Google Docs, or you would have a Notion document or a Notion template to maintain a content brief. On Boki, I can set the priority of this to high. I would love to assign this brief to myself so I can create content. I want to specify a tag for this as marketing, and this should be due at the end of January. I set this, the visibility is set to the team, so everyone on the team has access to this. I can set a link for my SEO brief. Internally, we use software SEO to manage SEO optimization. So I just put the link here so the creator, which in this case would be myself, can go into it. What SEO keywords are we targeting here? I would say we're looking at RAG, we're looking at AI, and we're looking at vector databases. This just makes it easy for anyone going over the brief to see what keywords. For the call to action, I want folks to sign up to my newsletter about AI tools. This can be any call to action, but this is also very evident. On backlinks, I want to include a couple backlinks to google.com. I want to include backlinks to an internal blog post. Then on the description, I have the free will to go about this and write any piece of content that you typically find in a brief. So first, I probably want to write an overview of what to expect. I want to have an outcome of the post. And if you notice, I'm using Markdown syntax to create the headers here. This is something you can do on Boki. I want to have a brief outline for anyone to follow. Now here, once this is done, I can create a brief. Also, I can add attachments if I do have any. The brief is created and I moved into the brief. A good thing about Boki is while I have the brief here, say I fill this up with, I want users to learn how to set up a RAG system for enterprise. This should be a Tofu tutorial. Use Next.js and line graph if possible. You get the gist. You can put in anything in here. With the brief setup, including any information that I like, it is assigned to myself, William. I can also assign this to other members of my team. While the content for the brief isn't created, I can leave comments on the brief to say, I think this brief needs more information. And I send this, and you can see all activities on the brief, or I can say, I think you need to clarify the outline a bit more. This can be done here. Also, you can leave comments on items in the brief, just as you would in any document. So I can say, what do you mean by tofu? Just so the creator can attend to this, and the creator or anyone else can go in here and reply to this. They can also mention me in the replies, so I get notified of of their reply, and also the activities, and the brief is also logged. Once I'm ready to start this, remember, you can also manage the briefs here. So this is in draft. You can manage the workflow by moving this to in review or moving this across the board. But I'd move this to in creation. So ideally, I would have another stage for in creation. A good thing about Boki is you can create the article directly from the brief. So you don't have to go to create a Google Doc or create a Dropbox paper to get started with this. So I just get started with my article, an enterprise brag setup. And as usual, you get all the full features of a rich text editor. It's collaborative in real time. You can see version history. You can analyze your content for errors, both grammatical errors and technical errors. You can also see how likely your content is to rank for LLMs. I can go into my content pipeline, select the brief and the article which I created. We're making improvements to this to automatically show the article here, so you can also open up the article directly from the brief. This way you have context of what you're writing alongside the brief which you should be reviewing your article by. Again, I love the content brief feature here because it's opinionated. When I publish this, I can include the public URL for this, and I can track the briefs and the articles in the same spot. Obviously, on Boki, you also have the plans. You can create short links, you can handle distribution, and you can schedule this content once you're done with it.